either.
What are we talking about potato biscuits?
Why not?
Like, what is the big thing about the potato biscuit?
Look,
Now I
man,
have to
it's a
look it up.
biscuit made out of potatoes. There's nothing wrong with that. It sounds good. You
Tender
put a,
potato
put,
biscuits recipe.
yeah, put a little butter on it, it becomes a baked potato. What are you gonna do about it? Come on.
Yeah,
I've honestly never heard of a potato biscuit though. Like I've heard of potato bread.
I've heard of
I think
potato cakes.
the only thing I can think
Like,
of potato biscuits now is someone taking like instant potatoes and like turning it into some kind of like baking flour shit.
Potato
ugh.
potato biscuit doesn't sound like something you could put butter and jelly on to me.
I mean, you can put butter on it.
Like
I'm sure.
it sounds like exclusively like cheddar biscuit formula type of thing.
It's like a biscuit, but there's just hunks of potato in it, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's almost like potato salad, but in bread
Show
form.
me potato salad.
Everybody's always talking about the cheddar biscuits at what is it, Red Lobster?
I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
I've never had those. I like
Uh,
toast.
Uh,
I don't like
I mean,
seafood, so I don't ever go to Red Lobster.
I don't think it's been. I think it's been. I've been to Red Lobster once.
Yeah.
well,
Like
considering everything else there kind of sucks, you're not missing anything.
lobster seems like the thing that's always consistently the same no matter where the fuck you eat it. Like it's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
The only one I've ever had is just really bland. I was like, nah. It's like I'm just eating substitute meat.
I don't
Right.
I don't I don't know. I've never had bad lobster, I don't guess, but I could see how it could be devastating if it
Well, it's
wasn't
so damn
prepared right.
expensive here,
I was saying.
anyway.
I would say the only time I've had lobster is when McDonald's took us up to do that whole. These people have been here for like 5 years. There's a award thing for it.
Ah, fuck
And
them.
like,
Take them
yeah,
out. Let 'em
I
eat
got
some sea bugs.
yeah, like I got somebody ordered lobster, and I was like, well, fuck you, I'm getting this pulled pork steak thing, and it was fucking delicious. And they were like, here, try the lobster, and I tried it. And I'm like, this has literally no taste. I was like, I drenched it in butter, and that's all I could taste is butter.
I just want to know what went on in somebody's head when they first got that Lovecraftian evil
Creature.
shell creature, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And it just like zooms in on his face. It's like, "We're gonna fucking eat this."
I still don't understand people's thought process for like, those little dangly pink things underneath those animals over there that's eating grass. I want to milk them.
I'm gonna fucking suck on those things.
I want to suck on that really hard.
I want to suck on that real bad.
Just, I mean, I've got nothing else to say on it.
Like, well, I
Um,
suck on my wife's titties. I'm gonna suck on. Let me go see what this tastes like.
but like we're talking about the cheddar biscuits, like they have them at Walmart, like frozen, and I've
Do they
always
really?
wanted, yeah, like you could buy them frozen and like pop them in the oven and heat them up and stuff. But I know that's not going to be the fucking same.
Mm-mm.
But I
But that's like
also,
homework maybe for
I,
next week. Like,
somebody run into Red Lobster and then do the taste test with the ones at Walmart.
I'll
Or
do
better yet, walks in there from the ones at Walmart. Like, I need you to put these in your oven. Why? Science. Just put them in your oven. Give me the ones that you make.
Not, that is not science.
Look, man, it is science. Okay, you're tasting the difference between the real thing and then like a processed version of it.
You know they're gonna be dry. You know
Shit,
they're gonna
for
be
all we know,
super
that's how they
fucking
get them.
dry.
They have them fucking frozen in the back, and that's how they make them.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
But yeah, that's a very strong
We've
point.
at least got to say what the show name is. Okay. So this is a podcast that we all three decided to come up with, and I kind of just decided to call it the Yeet because Tristan likes to say fucking Yeet all the time. I didn't look it up. I don't know what it fucking means.
You should
Well, the
It,
good news is it doesn't really mean anything.
you
good.
should
So
just have like the cover photo as like a really shitty MS Paint of someone writing the Yeet.
I figured worst case scenario it would just be extremely racist. And I was like, I'll just roll the dice at this point because
no, it's like
I was like racking my brain with ideas for this fucking podcast, and I was just like, you know what, the
it's very like short and sweet.
it is,
I think. Yeah.
it is.
But
Just like yeet.
supposedly it's like an exclamation that you would use if you're chucking something really, really hard.
I think
That's
the
what.
best part about it is if nobody fucking decides to listen to this, then the name's not even gonna stick into their head. So like it's not gonna take up any part of their life,
Mhm.
and we're not
Yeah,
just
that's
gonna
true.
get hate comments.
Did you hear the definition for yeet?
No.
An extremely expressive word that can be used in many situations. On one end of the spectrum, yeet can be bellowed with a full guttural sound while lobbing an object furiously to assert authority. On the other hand, yeet can be used gently, like a faint brush of a butterfly's wings as it crosses one's lips as it completes a difficult task.
You know, I gotta say, we fell into the perfect name.
It's just like you're just super angry about it, and the next day you're just like,
It is extremely ambiguous and open to any interpretation that you wish to put on it. You want it to be a racial slur? Throw it out there. I would prefer you not to. Because if we get famous off of this, I definitely don't want to be known as that racist podcast.
Yeah, no, it should be.
well, look, man, as long as you don't put
Yep.
Pepe the Frog on the cover, we're fine.
I did debate on it.
I still don't get that whole thing.
The Pepe?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, it's an alt-right meme. I'm like, motherfucker, no.
I don't
It's
know.
a sad frog. How is that?
He just looks very disappointed
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, like
If
how did
anything, that's a left-hand side.
how did a depressed frog turn into such a hateful thing?
Somebody used it in some kind of racist thing, and then everyone ran, but they're like, yeah, that's a alt-right meme. I'm like, no, not the frog, no.
We still
I
have
like,
What Up, It's Your Boy.
yeah. He's more of like a mainstream frog though.
Yep.
The other one was just
Oh, that's really
disgruntled and
loud.
sad looking.
So
I was looking up the whole Pepe is racist thing, and I found an article, and this video just started blaring in the background.
did you turn
It
it
scared
over
the shit.
there and just racist bright lights shine in your face
Yeah.
like the Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah, it's a really drawn out article. I'm probably not gonna read it.
So wait. What is a racist color then?
I don't know.
I don't know. I always thought like red, black, and white seemed pretty
Pretty out there.
out there, but like everybody uses it. Coca-Cola. I mean, that's why the white stripes picked it because it was like a powerful thing. The Nazis use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like without really any indication or thought for it. When I think of racist colors, it's
You know
red
what? This
or
this
white.
this is definitely not what I wanted the podcast to be. So anyway, we were we were assigned topics that we were supposed to talk about. So let's at least try to touch on that before we get too far off the goddamn rail. So who wants to go first, Tristan? I know you're completely unprepared,
Yeah,
and I didn't expect anything less.
like usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you expected me to become
We're like,
come
I
in
need you to bring
unprepared
pen, paper, and book to this, and he walks in with a ham sandwich. He's like, "What up?"
I
Or
was like,
bologna, as it were. But
I was like, Tristan doesn't seem like when I ran all this by you, I was like, Tristan doesn't seem like he's going to be prepared. And then I thought to myself, that's okay. I'm
Mhm.
probably going to need at least an hour to fix audio. So
I
lo
thought
and
this was a
behold,
movie day. I thought we were just gonna watch a movie.
I
Go
really,
outside.
I really do want to do that, but I've got to find some way to kind of like find a loophole so that I want to watch movies with like I want to have guests on and have like them suggest a movie and then us watch it and them tell like Eric, you like watch that Green Room movie and like dude talked about it and stuff. Like you pick a movie that you think's really fucked up or something or really funny, and then we talk about it.
oh man, I need to go back and find that one movie I watched. Holy shit!
I gotta find somebody to watch the second Human Centipede with me.
Oh sweet Jesus
And
Christ! I've never
just
even seen the first one.
I'm
I'm
sure
out. I'm
I'm
not
sure
watching that.
yeah, Tristan, you're not gonna watch it. You don't like horror movies in general, and this is
Right.
this is like ultra stupid. But as far as topics go, I guess do you want to start, Eric, or do you want me to?
I mean, we can start with your topic if you
Okay.
want.
So my topic I wanted to do top 5 favorite old cartoons. I know it's boring. I know it's bland and everybody does it, but fuck it. I like cartoons. So I was thinking of all the cartoons that I like, and yesterday we went clothes shopping, and I found a shirt of one of my favorite cartoons. I actually bought 2 shirts of it, and it's Rocco's Modern Life.
That's my number 5.
Have you ever seen that, Tristan?
Yeah, no, it's been. You guys are older than I am, so I never get to watch it a lot, but I'm familiar with it.
Like what what cartoons do you remember watching as a kid? Like what is the first cartoon you remember?
The very first one.
Like it's like far as back, like what is like you sitting in front of the TV, this was on.
Uh, Ed, and Eddie. As I know that's a little bit like it's like a more recent one, but
That
that's what I remember
That's
watching a
that's
lot
back.
of.
so that
Yeah,
was like when fucking SmackDown's in full swing.
yeah, Attitude Era.
Raw versus SmackDown, Mondays and Thursdays. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I judge time is was it Stone Cold Steve Austin
Based
stunning
on
people,
wrestling errors.
or was yeah?
Was it D Generation X or was it Stone Cold? Was The Rock still in it? I need to know.
Was The Rock still going as Rocky Maivia, or had he become the people's champ?
Well, was he a heel or was he a face? Because he bounced between a lot of eras on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Ed and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie would probably be around the Shane O'Mac and Big Show era.
Holy shit, Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like on YouTube. There's some channels that like they'll stream live feeds of cartoons and stuff, and they have like just 24 hours long of Ed, and Eddie, and I would just have that playing at work, just in the background.
Dude,
Just,
that's
just I Love Chickens blaring through the factory and buttered toast.
He made the show. He made the show great.
God
Uh,
damn it.
my favorite character in that show was Rolf.
Yeah.
The crazy son of a shepherd guy. He I think he had a pig named Wilfred or something. Like he always popped up with this really dirt face in that show, and I always thought that was extremely funny.
Let's see.
Um, yeah, Rocco, that was my big thing. Although we got talking about Ed and Eddie, um, I always thought it was funny watching Heifer and shit. He was my favorite character on that.
Where was his parents? I know he was adopted.
He was a wolf.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah,
I rarely ever got to see his parents. I always forget. I knew it was something like ironic.
yeah, like they
They,
had this episode to where
weren't they like gonna eat him and then they saw his face and like, oh, we
they
can't eat that.
they had decided, yeah, we're not gonna fucking eat them, and then like throughout the whole series, they're just like trying to get him the fuck out of their house.
Can't invite their friends because they're afraid they're gonna eat him.
Yeah, he did. There was an episode where he did like get out, and he like got his own place, and it was like inside of a giant choky chicken sign.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then like he had like all these, I think it was like cockroaches or something, just like kept hanging out and throwing these parties.
It's Joe's apartment all over again.
Yeah, it was crazy because Joe's Apartment I think came out around the same time, so I did make that connection at some point in my
Fucking movie.
childhood.
That goddamn movie.
Uh, but yeah, they just ended up taking his ass back. They didn't want to have to pay for a dead cow being out there, I guess. My favorite episode of all though is the one where they go to the Choky Chicken and Rocco's like trying to talk to Heifer about his eating problem.
Oh, where you're like, you're gonna kill yourself eating this much food.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. And
Ye-
starts to choke on the fucking
Yeah, he
chicken.
fucking chokes, and then he goes to hell. And I swear to God, the devil in this, his name is Peaches, is an early concept of Deadpool. Like if you go back and watch that episode, there he's like breaking fourth walls and shit, and just making all these crazy fucking jokes.
He's Deadpool from another universe.
Yeah, and then like at the end of the episode, he's got like this fucking paddle ball, and he's just smacking it, and he's like 664, 665, and then he's
Doesn't it
like,
like snap?
yeah, it like fucking snaps, and he's like, oh god damn it, and starts back over with another one.
I remember that.
But yeah, that's fucking Rocco. That show was awesome. I always liked Rocco a lot more than Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
And Ren and Stimpy is the one that always got the like all of the
Attention.
attention. Yeah.
Controversy. It was the Mortal Kombat of cartoons.
Like I watched it when I was little, and like I liked some of it. Like I love fucking Powder Toast Man. I love the shit out of that goddamn character.
Powder
But
Toast Man.
yeah, but like rewatching some of those episodes, like I just couldn't do it. Like I tried watching the remake for him too, and I was like, there's no way in hell I'm watching this shit.
I always wanted a crossover where they had Powder Toast Man fight really big man. I always wanted to see how that would go down. That was another big part of my childhood. Like I would always want to match the people up against each other. Like I always want to see Battletoads and the Ninja Turtles fight, and like it's all this crazy shit. And they actually did like a Power Rangers Ninja Turtle crossover once.
Yeah, they did a Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover not too
Yeah.
long ago too.
What was that? Just in the comics, or was that like an actual thing?
I think it was just in the comics. Because like I think it was the Turtles somehow got into Arkham, and like Batman showed up doing something, and he went to go fight them, thinking they were like evil or whatever. And they're like, "Whoa, man, whoa! What's the dude in the bat suit doing? Hold up!"
Whoa, man, whoa! The classic Ninja Turtles catchphrase.
Donatello, man, what do you expect?
Showing up on the scene and just being like, "Hold up now."
Whoa, Nelly, calm down.
I think that's actually probably my next one is the Ninja Turtles, because that is like legit the earliest cartoon I think I remember watching.
Hmm.
Like my parents, I think, got me that for Christmas, and I'll watch the same VHS tape over and over and over to the point to where I had every little stupid quote memorized and stuff. It was also, I think, what helped me get into sci-fi and shit, because it was an episode about, it was like an Aliens ripoff. Like they had a pizza that had these pepperonis on them that opened up when you microwaved the pizza, and they turned in like these big fucking aliens. It was extremely crazy.
You thought pepperoni was bad for heartburn. Boy,
Man,
howdy, let me tell you about these.
man, it was so goddamn rad. And then later, they fought the fly guy. He was
It
in
was
that too.
probably named the Fly at some point.
I can't remember what his name was. Baxter
Let's see.
something. Baxter
Yeah, I think-
Stockman.
Let's see. Yep. Nope.
Nope. His
It's
name's
like,
not.
Yep. Nope.
well, this may have been like before he like transformed or something. I don't
Are
know,
you-
but it's Baxter
you're not-
Stockman.
Is it like? Are you looking up the Ninja Turtles, the fly, or are you
Yeah.
looking up Brindle fly?
Like the on that Turtles in Time game, you fight him in like the very
It's-
first level, right?
It's Baxter Stockman.
There, perfect.
Yeah. I had
Man.
to just search up Fly villain in Ninja Turtles, and it popped up.
Yeah, like Baxter was always like this really whiny character, like Shredder's little
He's
fucking bitch
Ugly as fuck
sidekick.
too.
Yeah, he's terrible. And they also had him played by Tyler Perry in the Michael Bay movies.
Like it looks like he's got like this really bad fucking 5 o'clock shadow going the whole time.
Yeah, but they actually made his character into the Fly, and he was like this really crazy, I'm gonna fucking just straight up kill the turtles and shit. And then they killed him like 2 episodes in.
Oh yeah, look, there it is. There's
I
a
was
picture.
I was extremely upset about it. And then, more antics with the turtles and shit. Do any of you have favorite episodes of the turtles or anything?
I don't really remember much of the turtle episodes, but I know when I was like super little, I had to have liked it a shit ton because I remember my room being decked out in turtle shit. Like I had the bedspread, the pillowcases, the blanket. I had fucking t-shirts. I had the onesie. I had some plush toys. I remember having toys themselves.
So it's kind of like the way Star Wars is now, to where somebody's just like, "Hey, he's a fucking kid. He loves Star Wars. He's cover his goddamn room in Star Wars." And then the kid's like, "I've never fucking seen a single Star Wars movie."
Well, I remember seeing something of them because I remember the episode. I remember like an episode where like they get transported to some alternate universe and like Krang has to be like a good guy or something. Or turns out to be a good guy in this universe. It
I've
was
n-
weird.
I've never seen Crane be a good guy.
He was like super passive and everything.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one.
And now someone linked me a video of a rabbit eating a raspberry. It is a 9-minute video.
Oh my god, every goddamn Easter. Every goddamn Easter, this raspberry eating rabbit goes around. He's like the new logo of Easter.
He looks so scary though, like watching it tear into that raspberry and it gets like the juice all over its mouth.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
He's got some like horrendous lipstick and shit.
They need to
Oh,
actually.
but that's actually a different one.
They need to actually
Oh,
just throw a severed finger in there and then see what happens.
No, it's a compilation. Apparently, is what it
I
is.
see, yeah.
Yeah, no, this one's eating
Yeah,
a
that first
watermelon. I gotta stop watching it, otherwise I'll get distracted.
I like the videos where they make Hapsters like little burritos, and he like shoves it in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh."
just the whole fucking like little mini hot dog is just art.
I love it because they got him a fucking little table, and he's got like the plaid picnic cloth on the table and stuff. Oh my god, it's fucking silly. There was also a Ninja Turtles episode.
Had something to do with the rabbit eating raspberry. Hold up.
No, but they did have a rabbit on fucking Ninja Turtles. They had the samurai rabbit.
I don't remember him.
You never fucking seen the samurai rabbit?
Uh-uh.
Oh man, he was awesome.
I'll say like legit. The last time I think I ever watched the cartoons was I was like 4, maybe 5.
As far as other cartoons go and shit, like the only other one I can really think of that was like big on me was like Rugrats.
I actually didn't like Rugrats all that much.
I don't like.
But I've seen a lot of them, but it was like that was the show before like SpongeBob
Yeah,
or something. It's like, well,
Yeah.
might as well just watch it.
I used to
Like what?
really be into it, and like now I can be
You
like,
go back and look at it, and you're like, damn.
yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't really know why I was
Damn.
so obsessed with it, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's something to it, I guess. It's a lot better than some of the shit they got coming out now still.
Like growing up, it was cool. Now that I'm older,
Yeah, now they've got like fucking kids talking to snakes. Like I don't understand how that's
you wumbo, me wumbo.
yeah.
I was about to say, don't be talking shit about Harry Potter. It's an incredible series of books. Take back everything you just said. But no.
And then I think the other thing is just the old Looney Tunes. Those actually I think still hold up. Like some of those you go back and rewatch and they're still fucking funny.
Yeah, my favorite one that's always stuck in my head is the one where Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny are fighting, and Elmer Fudd goes to like this orchestra area, and Bugs Bunny's doing like the lead composer shit, and he does this little hand gesture with his hand, and like he keeps like shaking his hand while trying to raise up the volume, and like he walks away, but his glove is still there, fucking holding the book.
Yeah.
He like goes off, gets a sandwich, eats something, comes back, puts his hand back in the glove.
Yeah, like Elmer Fudd's like fucking clothes are like flying off and shit. Like his pants, like the buttons start popping off of his fucking
It was like
pants.
Ride of the Valkyries or whatever the fuck it was. It was
Yeah.
great.
There was one that I really liked to where he was like giving Elmer Fudd a shave, and he's like massaging his head with his big rabbit feet and shit.
He like does it with his fingers, and all of a sudden his back feet get on there, and he's like slowly sliding forward.
Yeah. I don't know what it was about it, but it's just that he's just fucking crazy. They just put
I
like
think
this crack-filled rabbit as a cartoon character.
you think he would go after better game, because if he's trying to catch this one rabbit this whole time and it's outsmarting him, I'd go a different fucking forest at that point.
Well,
Be like, you win, you can keep it, I'm out.
he tried to hunt duck.
He went to the same forest though, is his problem.
Yeah, and he picked the wrong fucking duck.
It's rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season.
But yeah, there was also the big hairy red furball guy with the fucking tennis shoes.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know, but he's like it's like one of the most iconic fucking characters is this big fucking red hairball with eyes and tennis shoes.
I don't
Let's
remember
see.
that one.
You don't remember? It was like a Frankenstein type
Oh,
episode.
never mind. I know what he is.
Yeah.
Okay. His name's Gossamer.
Gossamer?
Yeah. I
I
just
don't
found it.
know. It's what Wiki says.
They named that fucking hairball Gossamer?
I
Mhm.
shit you not. Yeah.
They,
Gossamer. Gossamer is his name.
I swear to God, I always thought his name was Harry. Because he's fucking Harry.
Here. I'll
The Roadrunner was, I think, my favorite one. I always liked Roadrunner. He was never even really in the cartoons. Though, like,
He's always outsmarting everybody.
he would show up, and then, like, you would see, like, a little fucking dot running around in the background. And then they're
He was
just
easy
like,
to draw.
yeah.
Why wasn't he in all of these episodes? He was so easy to draw.
He was like,
He may have been in all the episodes. You never know.
Yeah,
how
right.
you liking your new job? I was fucking great. I draw this bird. He's always off in the fucking distance. All I gotta do is draw a dot, couple smoke lines, call it a day. What do you got going on? Oh, I gotta draw Bugs Bunny going into a fucking maze. Oh shit.
I'm sorry, man. I know. You wouldn't believe how many times I had to draw this one scene where they're just constantly ripping down these posters. I told him, why not just reuse the cells? He's like, no, you got to draw each and every one of these individually.
It seems like Looney Tunes had like a steady stride for a very long time, and then they're like, you know what? All this is gonna accumulate to Michael Jordan. And then they fucking and then they like just blew their load on Space Jam.
I
And
believe I can fly.
And then nobody heard shit from any of those characters again after that.
I mean, there was another. Oh, you're talking about like the special Looney Tune characters like Monstars and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I want to say that I seen them in like a cartoon episode once after that, but
That movie was fucking big when it came out. Like we used to go like McDonald's used to give away like stuffed animals, like little toys for them and stuff. I really wanted to collect all those, but my grandma, she was the one that did all that, and she was like one of those type of people's like it's got to stay in the bag. You're not fucking playing with these toys. They're gonna go on my shelf, and in 30 years, we're gonna sell them and retire.
or more like in 30 years, I'm gonna forget that I have them and throw them away.
Yeah, she smoked a lot, so the bags got really brown, and then she gave them to
Aw.
me. And at that time, I was like, I smoke cigarettes now. Now I smoke
I'm
cigarettes.
gonna sell these for a pack of smokes.
I've become you. My childhood is dead. I don't need this shit.
Your smoking tainted these toys like it tainted my childhood.
Yeah, man, those bags they look like I don't know, like wrappers on fucking cheese or something. Just
Oh, you're talking like when you peel it off of
Yeah,
a slice, that weird
yeah,
white film shit.
yeah. It's like all funky and shit, and you're like, the cheese is good, but I'm never fucking touching that plastic again. It looks filthy. But yeah, that's all. That's all my cartoons. That's all I got.
Say the funny thing is two of mine were the same as yours.
Oh,
Uh,
well,
yeah,
that's gonna make everything so much easier.
well, I numbered mine in the form of like, 5 is the top, is the bottom of the number, but like number 1 is like the number 1 I can remember the most.
Yeah.
I had Rocco, I had Ninja Turtles. I I didn't want to consider it a cartoon, but it's still a cartoon. But Harvey Birdman from fucking,
Oh, that's definitely a cartoon.
yeah, like I remember watching it on Adult Swim all the time, and like it always stuck in my head with the fucking Indian dude and the goddamn coffee, or like the photocopier dude.
My lap.
My lap.
I was ha- I was trying really hard not to include like Venture Brothers or
Yeah,
like the Screw on Head cartoon that they only made like a little short clip of.
I don't remember that one.
Oh man, we watched it at your house one time.
Yeah, but I don't mean to remember it.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
but yeah, like the Harvey Birdman. That is, oh my god, I could
Yeah,
watch that so. Like if I was like, you know how people ask you if you're on the desert island, what fucking show would you have? Harvey Birdman.
Harvey Birdman.
Goddamn Harvey Birdman every time.
The ending is always such bullshit, but like the rest of the show is so good.
It's just all these Hanna-Barbera characters that you're just like, I always seen these things bopping and booping around.
And, and what's his name that always had the eye patch? Like it showed that one episode where it was trying to tell you what
Oh
happened to
my
his
god,
eye,
that's the
and he
best
was
one.
doing all that stupid dangerous shit with like spears and knives and fucking like poking his own eye with a blade. And he's like, "Look at it, just look at it," and like it was nothing.
And then he like the way he actually injures his eye for life. He like one of those little safety fasteners that you can put on papers. It's like a paper clip, but it's like the black. I don't know what they're fucking called.
Like the clamp
So where like it has
ones.
the two metal prongs, and you like push them back, and it opens up the black part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huh.
he like pushes down on one of those and it flips up and hits him in the eye, and he's blind for life. But he's like, before that, he's like fucking pulling huskies with his eye through the fucking Alaskan wilderness.
He used up all of his fucking HP on his eye that had one, man, and that fucking like fastener
He's
just did enough damage to fuck him for life.
he's like looking down the barrels of muskets, getting soot fired into his cornea, and then this paper clip's what does them in. Fucking genius.
I mean, it's just like Achilles, he's some badass fucking Roman warrior, and what happens? He gets an arrow through his ankle and dies. I mean, that's
Right.
What was the hippopotamus?
I don't know, but he kept asking like if somebody always
Yeah,
got
he was
something,
like,
but
Get that thing I sent you.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is like I've heard that a lot more than I thought I would from people. And then I'll ask them about Harvey Birdman. They don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but they know that thing.
Did you get that thing I sent you?
Yeah, that was a real good one. Good one.
I think
Real John Goodman.
it's not. His name wasn't Peanut, was it?
Peanut, the
No, his
sidekick?
name was Peter Potamus.
Oh, the hippo.
Peter
Yeah.
Potamus.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he's always asking, "Did you get that thing I sent you?"
Uh,
But he never fucking explains what it was. And he's just always like, "Hey man, did you get that thing I sent you?"
he would
Sure
pop
did.
he would
Ah,
pop up in
cool.
these fucking random places too.
Oh my god, like there was one scene where it was what's his name? Phil. It was like having sex in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
And like he pops up, he like goes underneath the stall. He's like, "Hey, did you get that thing I sent you?" And he's like, "Get out!" And he's like, "All right." And he like slides back under the stall.
Yeah, Harvey Birdman's like I don't understand why it's not been brought back or something. I would
I'd be
assume it's got
afraid if they
something
brought it back.
like there's a lot of shit going on between Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera and stuff. Like that's why they don't own the Powerpuff Girls or Johnny Bravo or any of that stuff anymore.
Oh.
because I think they're legally owned by Hanna-Barbera.
Hmm.
Ed, Ed and Eddie might actually be owned by Hanna-Barbera.
Uh,
I don't know. I do know that the animation, everything is done in Canada, because that's where Cartoon Network does all their animation, because it's cheaper.
I'm looking.
Canada.
Ooh.
The Mounties, the Mooses, the snow.
The production companies, I know. The distributor, I know. It says production companies is Fun Bag Animation Studios.
Fun bag.
Fun bag.
Oh no, it's hold on. Began work at Hanna-Barbera.
Fun
Doesn't say.
bag.
I think it's just owned by Cartoon Network.
Why didn't they just go all in and just put an S at the end of it? You can't just have one fun bag. It's
Maybe
gotta.
it's like one gigantic fun
It's-
bag, though.
That's strange. Nobody wants that, really. If you have one gigantic
Never know.
fun bag, you know in your head you're gonna be like, I really want to.
Ed and Eddie was the first Cartoon Network original series to be produced by an outside production company rather than Cartoon Network's Hanna-Barbera.
That's who fucking started it, Tristan.
Yeah, Ed and
Huh.
Eddie was the pioneer for them to get away from Hanna-Barbera.
Huh, wow.
Oh my god.
It was produced by a studio called Cartoon. I can't make this shit up. I swear to God.
Can't believe that wasn't taken. They're like, what are we gonna call this fucking place? Let's just call it Cartoon. There's no way we're gonna get that.
I just got back from the patent office. It's open.
You won't
What do you
fucking
mean
believe
it's open?
we're Cartoon.
I just opened up this badass Italian pizza place. What are we gonna call it? Why not call it pizza? There's no fucking way.
No way that's still open.
What do you mean it's still open?
There's 70 episodes of Ed, Ed and Eddie. 70 episodes of Ed, Ed and Eddie, 6 seasons, and a movie.
A movie, huh?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get
I
to
was
you
like,
get
wait
to
a minute, movie.
No, have you guys not seen the movie?
No.
You get
Nope.
to see Eddie's brother.
Nope. Nope. Not seen it.
He's a fucking douchebag.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Literally, the apple did not fall far from the Ed. That is an episode.
It isn't.
That is-
As he's just reading off the names of the episodes, he's like, how can I work this one into a sentence?
And that's why you should keep watching the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time like getting
Yeah.
more information about everything we've talked about. Just so I can
That's
feel
why I
like
keep opening up my browser just to like quickly search it so I can find out.
We've been talking for 40 minutes almost, so we're not doing too bad.
that's good.
I don't know if Tristan's ever seen it, but I don't know if Corey has Angry Beavers.
Yes.
I was wondering
Yeah,
if somebody would say Angry Beavers.
that's my number 2. I
Mm.
remember that. I watched the shit out of that fucking cartoon.
Didn't care for it. Oddly enough.
I like the little hissy fits though that they would get into.
I
They try
would
to slap each other.
Norbert and Dagbert.
I would
Uh,
I would always get sick, and then just the thought of things that they would say would make me feel worse. Like I would be sick, and then I would like spoot would get stuck in my head, and I would be like, I hate that goddamn show. And then I would start calling things thingies.
That's how you know it's good though. It gets stuck in your head and you can't get
Right.
it out.
The bear
Just
was
like-
my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they also ripped off Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie. Or was that show before Ed, Ed and Eddie? They had Stomp.
Let me go look it up.
I just now thought of that. Somebody fucking ripped somebody off. Just having an inanimate object of wood.
Ed and Eddie. Let's see, the release was 1999. Angry Beavers. Come on, load, you sack of crap. Came out in 97.
So Angry Beavers is it before?
Had the original piece of wood. See, what
Fun.
it is they took Stump and they sawed him down into Plank.
Now, oh my God, we're making connections. We're making fan theories. We're coming up with scenarios. That woman in that fucking GIF, she's
Is the
working
dress
overtime right now.
is the
Fractions are
dress
being
blue
connected.
or is it white?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Is the stump is the wood a plank or is it a stump?
I heard a rumor that there is a last episode of the Angry Beavers to where uh, the voice actors found out that they like that day that they were going to cancel the show, and they just start like talking all types of shit about Nickelodeon, and then the animators actually animated the beavers to like say all that shit.
Huh.
Really?
And then Nickelodeon was like, we're not airing that, but it's supposedly there's supposed to still be that last episode somewhere.
I guess I know what I'll be searching for later.
I really want to see it because the guy that played Daggett, he played Invader Zim.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mention Invader Zim.
Yeah, that was one that had came to my mind.
Holy shit. Man. Invader Zim. Yeah, that one's awesome. Fucking this guy I work with named Gordon, he's just covered in Invader Zim shit. He named his son Zim.
Really?
Yeah. He's the biggest fan of that show I've ever seen. And I love him for it. Also Zim played Alpha 5 on the Power Rangers.
The Angry Beavers thing, they did it to where they made it to where Norbert and Daggett realized that they weren't real.
Oh
So they're
shit.
breaking fourth wall. Yeah.
Collapsing
Like,
realities.
Yeah, they broke fourth wall and Nickelodeon, and it was breach of contract in Nickelodeon that they were like doing something like this.
You can
Huh.
break
But it's
fourth wall as a cartoon?
it was something that had to do with like what it said. Let me pause the audio. Wasn't aired by Nickelodeon because Norbert reveals to Daggett that they are not real and they are only cartoon characters. They disobeyed the agreement with Nickelodeon that they were not allowed to reveal that the characters were not real. Don't ask me why there is a clause in a contract where like, look, you can't let these characters know they're not real. It's gonna destroy their fucking world. You can't do it.
We do. You don't know it yet, but the fucking movie Roger Rabbit. That's real. That's a real fucking thing. We take cartoon characters, we shove a fucking tire spring up their ass, pump that shit up, and they fucking come alive. I don't know.
They also weren't allowed to put out that the show was ending. This ultimately resulted in Nickelodeon canceling the series. There is intent. This is for educational purposes only. The video is not used in any blah blah blah. Like I'm gonna watch it after all this, but it's in Discord now.
Is it the episode?
It's
Yeah.
just audio.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Cool. That's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be a
I'll
thing
listen
for
to it
me later.
afterwards. Yeah.
I love shit like that.
I will say my number one though that I remember as a kid, and you probably know what it is, Corey, because it was a huge thing. But Hey Arnold.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Mm.
If nobody mentioned it, I was gonna mention it at the end of the episode, like at the end of the thing as like a nobody mentioned this, but it's
Yep.
there.
Nope. Yeah. It was like the shit for me when I was a kid.
That show made me understand how I was supposed to be with people, if that makes
Stoop
any
kids
sense.
afraid to leave a stoop.
I don't know. Like it came out
The
at
pigeon guy.
yeah, the pigeon guy. Yeah, that was a fucking weird episode.
That was a sad episode.
Oh my god. Do you know why it was sad though?
Yeah, because it was metaphorically saying that he was dying.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. For a
Yeah,
cartoon.
that's what I said. It's a sad episode.
They canceled the Angry Beavers for figuring out that they were cartoon characters, which should be a crime of humanity.
It's a
And then-
cartoon. This is one flaw. Just don't let them know that they're not real as you're drawing them. It's fine.
Maybe that's why he figured it out. He's like, I figured it out.
I'm
Nickelodeon's
just
coming
ink.
to get me.
I'm just ink.
Well, the other thing is like Arnold's room was like the dopest room
Oh my
ever.
god, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
You could never, like, even as an adult, my room does not live up to those standards.
Hell
Right.
no.
Maybe that's what I'm becoming right now. Like all these fucking video games and stuff, all this fucking game stuff. I'm just trying to get to Arnold's room level of badassery.
He had like that fucking amazing ass fucking system. He just pushes a button, things come to life and pull out of the walls and
He
whatnot.
had a fucking boom box. It is 2018. I still think he's cutting fucking edge. That's how crazy it is. And he didn't wear a skirt. He had a really long fucking flannel shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And the
Which was
skylight in
real
his
weird.
room was
Not a
was
lot
really
of people know that. Not a lot of fucking people know that about Arnold. Not a transvestite. Despite what everybody else says. Uh oh man. The new movie, he has a new movie out and they actually
I still haven't seen it.
they tell his last name in it. And it's going to blow your goddamn mind when you find out.
Is it Arnold?
No.
cool.
I was gonna laugh my
It's
ass off if his
it's
name was
been
Arnold.
right I'll give you one hint. It's right there in front of your face the whole goddamn time.
I bet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You need to watch it. The movie's
So it's not Arnold.
No, it's not
Right?
Arnold. It's not Arnold.
Right.
Arnold. He's not Mario. He's not.
Right. I was about to say,
So,
you about
so
to say
your
Mario.
name Mario, or what's your last name? Mario.
Yeah,
So your name
he's-
is Mario? Yeah.
he's-
What are you, Luigi? No, his name is Luigi Mario.
I don't give a fuck with anybody. Like, there's a lot of hate going around about that fucking movie. I want to stop right now.
That movie is great,
It was the worst fucking movie for everybody included in making it.
but it was so good.
It was good. Go back and fucking watch it. It's fucking stupid. It's a terrible Mario movie.
It's as a Mario movie, it's fucking terrible. But like, if you didn't know it was actually based on the Mario franchise, it's great. I love it.
You're gonna have to watch Double Dragon and
I
then
love that
watch
movie
Mario.
too. Don't you talk shit.
You're gonna have to watch Double Dragon and then Mario, and then as a fucking palate cleaner, watch the Street Fighter with fucking Gomez from the Addams Family.
Oh my god.
And then you're just gonna you'll
The fucking Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
yeah yeah. It's gonna take that level of commitment to like the Mario movie, but once you get there,
It's
you're gonna have a new appreciation for it.
the movies are just so bad they're good. Like like at some point in the movie you're just like, God damn, this movie's terrible. And then afterwards you're like, but fuck, it was really good.
It's the fucking Running Man of the 90s. You can fucking put that on a shirt. But yeah. So that's the fucking cartoon topic.
Running Man of the 90s cartoons.
Eric, your next topic.
All right. So I had to think about it for a while, but I was like, all right, so what video games have you guys played that you thought you were gonna fucking hate, but ended up really enjoying?
Tristan, you haven't talked that much.
Well, on this topic, it's on Steam. It's To the Moon.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think everyone owns it, but I don't think I'm the only one that's beaten it.
I don't think I've ever played it.
I gotten up until I learned everything about it. like the old man in bed and stuff, and then like all the shit was supposed to go down, and I was like, Always Sometimes Monsters is on sale. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Right?
And I never went
Well,
back
like
to it.
he's well, I don't want to give anything in the story away, but initially you look at like the screenshots,
Mhm.
and there's one that almost looks like it's like a turn-based RPG, and that's
Fucking
exactly
platypus.
that's what I thought it was going to be. Like it was going to be like a little turn-based RPG, like 8-bit style. Like this would be cool.
Mhm.
And then I realized that particular part of the game is right in the very beginning, and it's just like a little joke thing.
Oh,
So it
wow.
like threw me off. I spent $15. I think it was like $10 or $15 on this game, and then it's just like a point and click adventure, like the Agatha Christie PC games or something. You just got to continue to look for clues, and
Wait,
it's just story driven at
I'm-
that point.
hold on.
Hmm.
Agatha Christie has video games?
I think so.
Who the fuck is Agatha Christie?
It's like the novels that she writes.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. We're not getting on that.
But yeah, it's at that point it's just strictly a story-driven game where you go and find these little blips in that particular. Well, you're in memories. Okay, I didn't want to give away any of the game, but you're in the memories that kind
Oh,
of
I'm never
go back
playing it
to.
now.
You
I was looking for an out, and now I have it.
Yeah, there you go.
We done. We out, boys.
But you continue to kind of go back into his past, and you find these little blips, and when you hit it, you get information, and you get like 5 of these blips, and then you go further back into it, and that's literally all you can do. You play through the entire game in like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was like, well, I've already spent $10 or $15 on it, and I'm just going to continue to play it because it's like now I just want to know what happens in the story.
I gotta finish it, otherwise it's gonna kill me.
Exactly. And
I like.
I did finish it, and I cried at the end. Like
Oh.
it's an incredible game.
That'll do it.
I do like looking through these snapshot pictures though, and I love this one that has this fucking plush platypus in a room full of bunnies.
Yes.
This is the same game.
It's the
It's
same
still
game.
the same
There's
game, yeah.
certain things in the game that it's almost like a thrilling kind of thing.
I might probably have to end up getting this at some point.
So it makes you think like it's part of a scary game. And to me, since I don't really like scary things anyway, that made me play through it at a slower pace. So I'm
Just
like,
to make
well,
sure.
yeah, exactly.
You
Like
see-
what was it? Firewatch?
Yeah.
That game there, that was the same way. And that
There
was
was
also
a
a game I thought I would hate.
there was a
And
game I played. Oh my god, what was that? What was that game called? Gone Home was like that, where you thought that it was a haunted house.
Yeah, like I seen you made a mention of it being free, so I got it.
hmm
And like I was looking at it and I was like, "God, this looks like a horror game." I was like, I really don't want to play a fucking horror game.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's a pretty cool story. Like it's like one of those you don't realize things about people type of thing. You know.
you said it's Gone Home?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
it's a pretty good game.
It was free at one point on some website.
Like you can beat it in like 2 hours. It's worth getting that, and then another game was what is the one? Oh my god, it's like a big thing, a series. It's like there's episodes of it and shit.
Walking
the-
Dead?
No,
The Telltale
The
games.
Telltale things? Yeah.
what was what was the one game that we played about the girls?
About the girls.
Golden Girls.
One of them was psychic.
Thank you for being.
Anyway, well, if I could think of it, I'll bring it up. Oh, Life is Strange. Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Ah.
one I haven't played.
Yeah, like they've always got the first episode of the first season of that. And the first season is really good. That's the only one I played.
I've
yeah.
seen
Yeah.
gameplay for like the new game for it, and I was like, I haven't played the first one. I don't want to see it.
I don't like the characters. One of the characters' names. Like, have you ever just had like a name where you're like, I fucking hate this name. I hate hearing it. It hits my ear weird. And then there's a really awesome game, and they're like, yeah, we're naming this character that.
The main character is named blank.
So, To the
Blank.
Moon. Do you have another one?
I do. There was. Oh, actually, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. And it
Yeah.
was because of the art style. And I
Yeah.
thought, I was like, this is going to be stupid. I haven't actually beaten the game, but the more I played it, I kind of got past the whole graphics thing.
I got to
Yeah.
the point to where I have to sail around and look for things, and I was like, oh man, this is kind of like,
Pulling teeth.
yeah, I don't want to sail around. I want to have adventures with cartoons.
Well, that's like my desktop background is like a scene from that. And I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and it's like the sailing in the game really isn't all that exciting at all.
Has she played any of the Zelda stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know which ones specifically, but we were both talking about wanting to try Breath of the Wild. So
Yeah,
I
that
just want to get a Switch.
I didn't think about it, but that is one game I was like, yeah, this looks nothing like something I want to play. But like, it still looks good. Like that is a game that's held up graphically. Like not even the HD remake, which is really gorgeous looking, but like the
Hmm.
old one is still really damn good looking. Like if you go out
They
and
did
get
an
it on
HD
GameCube,
remake of it.
yeah, they did it on the Wii U. They're gonna do it on the Switch too eventually when that thing fucking dies. They'll they'll crap
Yeah,
that one out. They
it's
always
it's
do
got a
that.
long life, man. They just brought out that cardboard shit, so it's gonna stay here for a while.
They
Yeah.
they always do that to where they're like, "Oh my God, we're never gonna get Twilight Princess for this new console," and then like right before it dies, they're like, "Bleh, here it is."
It's just like fucking Skyrim and
And
shit. Be
then
like, oh man, you want it
everybody
on the Switch?
everybody loses their mind. People are fucking jizzing everywhere. It happens. That's the life of a Nintendo fan. That's just what happens. They announce a new Kirby, and you just fucking rock it yourself right out of your jeans.
And suddenly the pants come off. Oof.
It's been really hard for me not to have that Wind Waker game spoiled for me, like the ending, because like there's a scene in it that's like pretty iconic to the game, and then fuck all. It's gonna be
Yeah.
it's Ganon. Spoiler. It's always fucking Ganon.
No
Right.
way.
It's
Oh
never
man.
anybody but
Woo!
fucking Ganon. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's in Breath of the Wild too. I don't even know anything about that game either.
I've been trying to avoid that game intentionally because I don't want to spoil anything.
I want to play it so goddamn bad, but there's a part of me that's like, you haven't even fucking beat Wind Waker, you little bitch. You're not like that's the fandom that surrounds fucking Zelda is like you haven't beaten Ocarina of Time. You haven't fucking played Link's Awakening all the way through. You don't know
Right.
nothing about that shit. Don't even touch Breath of the Wild.
And then they said Skyward Sword was like the very first one, I guess, in like the timeline. And I feel like it's not even worth it to talk about playing Breath of the Wild at all until I beat Skyward Sword.
I
And I
watched
haven't beaten it yet.
I watched Ashley play Skyward Sword, and there's like when she's in dungeons and stuff, there's something
Oh,
about it that's not appealing like Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time or something.
I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. It's like in Ocarina of Time and stuff, you could kind of wander around and get lost, but for some reason, Skyward Sword, it seems like you always know where you're going. It's just a lot of annoying challenges.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've never played it, so that's just me talking out my ass, really. But
Well,
yeah,
no, like I feel like the biggest part of the Zelda game is the exploration. And when I get to the dungeons, I don't like playing through it, even though I know like yeah, I'm gonna get to the end, beat this boss, and maybe get some cool new item along the way or wherever it is. Just like depending on whichever one you're playing, but it's just like in all Zelda games, it's like there has to be a dungeon around here somewhere and a boss that's inside of it. And I think the biggest part of why I don't really play a lot of games now that are more story driven is because it gets repetitive. It's like
yeah,
the same like wash.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy to play something like Overwatch or in this case like Fortnite where there's no story, or there may be some story, but it's outside of it. And you can just kind of focus on the action bits. And if you want the story, there's plenty of other resources where you can go and do that. So like Dark Souls is another good example of that.
I just don't have time for it, man.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
have time to sit here and get invested in this epic story, and then, uh, you know, having thought about like what it takes to put into writing stories and stuff at like halfway through it you kind of start seeing to where it's gonna go, and you're just
Right.
like, I know what they're doing. They're gonna drag this out until like 90 more hours into this game, and then
Yeah.
it's just gonna be the same shit that happened 3 games ago. I don't know.
The and I kind of just thought about it while we were talking, but that new Kingdom Come Deliverance game, I thought I wasn't gonna like it, and where I'm at now, it's actually like the battle itself is like broken. I can't beat it,
Hmm.
so I haven't played it.
I got 15 minutes into that game and I got fucking soft locked.
I haven't
Like
played it.
It's incredibly buggy. It's
like I got through the tutorial stuff, which I'm not gonna say anything. I got out of the castle, I did. I woke up in that mill area, and I did the little thieving quest that he had me do, and I uh quick traveled back to the resting point, and it like bugged out halfway through the quick travel because like it shows on your map like you actually going through the area and whatnot.
Right.
Uh, like you go like it actually shows you walking through those areas at a quick pace. And at some point, it took away my map, showed me a black screen, and I saw the people flying by me, and I'm like, well, this is weird. And then I showed up in front of the door that I'm supposed to walk in, talk to somebody, and go save while sleeping in a bed. And the chick got bugged into the door. I couldn't get past her to open up the door to go save, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
You just
And like I even reverted my save back, and she's still in that door before I ever quit traveled, and I cannot go anywhere.
she's perma-locked.
She's seriously stuck in that door, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god, could you imagine being that NPC? Her her life is hell forever.
She's just stuck in the door, like fucking kill me.
That reminds me of the I can't remember what the channel's called, but it's like real life Skyrim. Have you seen those where he's the NPC
Yeah.
or whatever it is? Greetings, traveler. And he has to keep doing the same spiel over and over. But yeah, I like through my little Steam share thing, Corey. You gotta at least try Kingdom Come, but it's like a large game. You gotta
It's
download
a
it.
big game. Like there's an update for it that was like 30 gigs on an update, and I'm like, holy shit.
What is this
I
World
don't know
of
what
Warcraft?
happened between like day one and now, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, those are all the games I can think of right now. There'll probably be bunch more.
You'll just like start spewing them off your head once we're done. Be like, fuck, man, I could have talked about that one. I could have said something about that one.
Yeah,
It's like that one thing where you try to think of the word and you don't know what it is, and then like 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, it was photosynthesis.
For me, it's always like snickerdoodle. That's what it was. God damn it.
photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Um, I like there's a ton of games that I've like you kind of know how I am about things. I'm really
Mm.
judgmental. So like I'm always picking out the worst things. So, but like Crazy Taxi,
Yeah.
like the Simpsons hit and runs and games like that, I like didn't think I would fucking like those. Like I don't know, seeing that like on the shelf at the video store, I was like, this is not something I want to play. And then like I went over to a friend's house and he's like, you've never played this game, and you have a Dreamcast? I was like, what have you been doing? I'm like Sonic Adventures, man. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
Space Channel 5. What have you been doing?
Yeah, been been hitting up the Jet Set Radio, man. But I don't know. Those games, there was just something that wasn't appealing about them to me. And then they're kind of like, if you go back and play them, they're like earlier versions in a way to like Grand Theft Auto, like how that where that went with
Yeah.
all that. But Crazy Taxi, there was a game called Vanquished. Let's see if I can get that freshly put in my mind here.
Yeah, it's one I've never heard of.
Yeah, it was a game that like back when the Xbox 360 was out, like I had all these games, like you always have a ton of games and you're like I have nothing to play. And I would go on to their marketplace and just play shit that I was like, well this might be cool. And this was actually a game that I played so fucking much of, and the story is so fucking garbage. The story is one of the dumbest out there stories that you'll ever fucking hear in your life. But the gameplay is what makes it really badass because it's kind of like, you know how like Gears of War, like you slam your shoulder into like walls and stuff and shoot over at your enemy. It's
Yeah.
like that, but you've got like this really badass mech suit that's got like these jetpacks on it, so you can like jetpack around the fucking room shooting these guys. And like there's like all these crazy cutscenes where like you jump up on all these mechs and like rip their fucking heads off and stuff. It's just an insane game. and it doesn't get any like it might be like one of those cult following type games now, but like back then I never heard anybody talking about this game. It even you even got a fucking chainsaw like in Gears of War.
Yeah, nobody ever talks about that game even now.
Yeah, it's
Just you.
it no, like I don't know. Like it's going to be it would be really hard to go back and play that game and see the value in it like I had seen it at the time. But that's a game I was like this looks stupid, and then I played it and I was like, well, here goes 100 hours. Uh and then I think another one was probably Borderlands because I didn't think that game was going to be fucking anything. And then I played it and then
So
liked it.
many hours into that game.
Yeah, like I liked it and then I was like, okay, this game's kind of like I understand why everybody's about it. And then I actually stopped liking it again because everybody would talk about it and it would kind of kill it for me. And then I ended up liking it again. It's like one of those. It's a love-hate relationship with that series. Like I've never finished a Borderlands game.
Really?
Yeah, I've never finished one through. Like I've started playing at least 3 times on each Borderland game. Like the pre-sequel, the first one, the second one. I've started a campaign like 3 or 4 times on each of those, but I've never finished it.
Wow.
I get where everything's going. I kind of want to see what Handsome Jack was all about in the end, and like his whole thing. That's the whole reason I haven't played the Tales for the Borderlands game because I don't know if there's like stuff I'm going to be missing in those.
I actually got that game for free from Twitch Prime.
Tales of Borderlands.
Yeah, there's been so many games that I've gotten free from that, dude. I think I got
Sponsor us.
yeah. Like they have, let's see. They're giving away Kingsway. They're giving away Tokyo 42, Dub War, SteamWorld Dig 2. They've given out Tales from the Borderlands. They've given out the Devil May Cry HD remake, the HD edition. They gave it for free. There's been a whole bunch of games.
Good shit.
Yeah.
All types of good
I got
shit.
like Fortnite loot packs, something from I guess in game for Terraria or something, and a bunch of things for like Paladins, Call of Duty shit.
Well, the other 2 games I'll just go ahead and mention because kind of coming up on like an hour and 15 here. I didn't think it was gonna we'd be able to just talk shit the whole time. Fucking
And nobody got hit.
Killing Floor and Dead Space. I didn't think I would like either one of those games, and then I'm just completely into those. So yeah,
Dead Space, I will agree. I didn't think I would like, but like it's not really even that much horror centric. It's just really good, like jump scares and shit. But like the story was really good. The gameplay was nice.
yeah, it was. I think it was really well written for like a video game, like how you're supposed to incorporate like your game and story together,
Mm.
type thing. And then Killing Floor, if you fucking think that Valve's Left 4 Dead series is good, fucking play Killing Floor. Don't play Killing Floor 1, play Killing Floor 2.
Speaking of which, Killing Floor 2 just had an update for Endless Mode.
Ooh, wow.
That game
Yeah.
is insane. We've played it so much. And it's just a good game to get together and just fuck shit up on.
And
And
meet a
then
lot
gotta
of
get
really
back into
cool
that.
people on that game.
the blood don't go away when you kill somebody.
It sure as fuck don't.
It stays.
That whole game is just full of red and like broken lights. Can't see nothing. Everything's pitch dark,
Yeah.
and you're still getting mauled.
So yeah, that's my games.
So I can only think of 2. Granted, one of mine is an entire genre, but the Dark Souls series, like that whole big thing.
You like
I
Dark
didn't,
Souls?
yeah, I didn't think I would. I'm real shit at it, but like I love the combat, and like I've been watching videos on YouTube for like a while about the storyline and like all the characters and their backstories and shit. Like, dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it's it's like if Berserk was a good video game. If you don't know what Berserk is, go fucking watch it. Go
Yeah.
fucking read it.
I've actually got to finish reading that one at some point.
Go fucking read it. It's one of the most well-written animes out there. And manga. You don't write anime.
Well, you ought to see this written anime they got out there. It's real cool. It's got pictures and shit. You can read it.
uh, yeah, those fucking games are awesome.
I will say the other one I had. I got it when work was really slow and I was sick during this time during last winter. Not last winter, the winter before. Night in the Woods. I didn't think I would like that game at all, but it was like $5 on sale, and I was like, I'll get it. I'll try it. I'm sick. I need something super slow and super something, casual to play. Dude, that story is amazing. You play as like this little cat girl, which at the start I didn't even know was a girl until they made a point to make sure that you knew it was a girl. They're like, hey, what is she doing? And I'm like, okay. But like you're this cat girl that comes home from college and you your parents don't know that you actually dropped out of college. They just think you're visiting, and at some point you drop it, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Get the fuck
But
out.
like, yeah, but they were okay with it, and they're like, well, if you're gonna be home from, dropping out of college, whatever, you're gonna tell us why, and your character never says shit about it until the end of the game, and they're like, well, we need you to get a job, whenever you get a job, blah blah blah. But like, it's your whole time in this town as this girl who dropped out of college and you're hanging out with your friends and shit, and like people start like turning up missing, and it like turns into some really dark shit, but it's like a really good game.
Oh my god, you've told me about this game and I fucking wanted it so bad. It hasn't went on sale like that since then. So.
Nope.
But it like the art in this game looks really good. Like if you're into like that whole oh my god, I don't even know. It's just so unique looking.
It's a really good game.
Like it kind of like there's a cartoon called Amazing World of Gumball. That's the only thing I could say it's close to. But this is oh, it just looks really good. And I like the whole mysteries. I like mystery things.
Hmm. Oh, there's three characters in this thing. Uh, there's like your main character. There's this one chick who's like an alligator, I think she was, but she's like this emo goth alligator. There's this fucking fox weasel looking dude who's like super loud and he's always like rambunctious, ready to do shit. And then there's this fucking bear dude who's like super smart, super calm. And I am fairly certain
The
that
bear did it. The
the
fucking bear
bear
did it.
dude and the fox dude are gay.
Oh,
I am fairly certain.
I thought you were gonna say they were fucking murderers.
No, no, hell no, no, man. They're with you the whole time. No, they're good.
No, they could
There's
be.
there's some decisions you can make in this game too, where, like you go to do something or you could choose not to do something. I don't
Yeah.
know if that really affects the ending or not, but there was like a secret thing I found was like some teeth that I kept all the way to the end of the game, and that turned out to be like a hidden achievement. And I'm like, okay,
Do you got some teeth?
yeah,
Huh.
it's
Hell no, I
really
want
good
it.
though.
I'm looking. Yeah, the art style does look pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's fucking. It took. How long did I play this game? I played about 9 hours, so it's not a super long game, but there's a lot of good stuff in it.
And it looks like this is also one of those games where you can get like the soundtrack for it as well.
Mhm.
I think that's really
Yeah,
cool.
I was looking at that. I was like, I don't remember that being there when I bought this game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're coming up on the end of our show, so Tristan, you want to tell people where they can find you at? Yeah, we ain't doing that. No. Don't
We ain't doing that bullshit. Hold on now.
don't come looking for us. No, but yeah, I'm gonna at least try to get this up and going. I don't know if you guys want to keep doing it, but I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun recording. Uh see what we get out of it, and maybe we could have a couple more people on here. It'd be really cool to get we had Rob, we get him on here.
Get him
That's
to
right.
talk.
Get him to function. Ashley, you probably heard her screaming in the background about Widowmakers and stuff. Maybe get her on here. Maybe David.
Oh, I don't know about that one now.
Maybe
Damn.
maybe not David.
Get him away from Fortnite for like 2 minutes, Beerhead.
Yeah, there's more of us. There's more of us out there. We can bring in more people. But yeah, that's the yeet. Tristan, give him a yeet.
Lead us out.
There you go.